Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing. Welcome to my new YouTube series, Water Media Wednesday. This is episode 1. This series is going to be tutorials on using only water-soluble products such as these distress oxides, distress inks, distress sprays, watercolor crayons, watercolor, those kinds of things, anything that's water soluble. And then here is just a flip chart of my distress oxides, just so you can kind of get a glimpse of what the distress oxides do. They're actually a dye and a pigment ink in one, and so they do this process called oxidation, oxidization. I don't know how to say the word, but it kind of creates a really cool effect and really different from other products. I'm going to be working in this series in my homemade disc journal. This measures 6 by 6. I love that I can take the pages out. It's going to make this process a lot easier. I'm going to start out with 2 of the greens, Shabby, Shudders, and peeled paint, and I'm just smushing them there on my craft mat, and then I'm going to go ahead and spritz them with water, and then I'm going to just kind of dip my page in the ink, and then just kind of let it float around a little bit. You do want to dry in between every layer, because if you don't and you're using colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel, you will get mud. Most of these colors are color friends, and so they work out okay. I do run into some things I didn't like later on when I used the Festive Berries, which was the pink toned ink, but you'll see that as we move along. So again, you do want to dry between layers. I did come in and kind of, after I dried, I dabbed it with a paper towel just to kind of enhance the look of that being splatters, kind of, and kind of splotchy. I really liked that effect. But again, I did dry that layer completely, and I'm coming in with Salty Ocean and the Wild Honey again, and dipping the paper again in different spots. And I really loved the color that this created. I loved the vibrancy of the green. I'm not sure how well you can see that in the video, but it was really bright and quite cheery, which I liked. And so here I'm drying that again as well. I do spritz from time to time with a little bit of water to encourage the oxidation, because it is a water reactive, and that's how it gets that effect. At first I didn't like the chalky finish of this product, but I've worked with it enough and played with it enough that I really like it for this purpose. I probably wouldn't use it on a really nice project, but in a journal or for card making, it's great. And here is when I came in with the Festive Berry, and for one, it wasn't exactly the color that I expected. I kind of expected more of a pink, and it appeared to have more orange in it. And so I'm not sure how I picked that and got something that I really wasn't anticipating, but and so I did get into a little bit of a mess where I ended up kind of having a blob there on the left, and then trying to fix the blob and fix the blob and fix the blob. And in the end, it worked out okay, because I just came in with a stencil and the Salty Ocean blue distress oxide, and did some stenciling, so it worked out fine. And here I'm just still trying to recover that. Keep thinking that the more I do, the better it's going to get, but it just really didn't improve that section of the page, but it all worked out in the end. I did try to use the Wild Honey also again, and I liked the dripping that the blue created and that Festive Berry, so I was trying to emulate that, but I wasn't liking it. It just looked blobbish, and I wasn't happy with it. But this is my first video of this type using water medium and filming at the same time, so I'm sure that it will get better as I practice and as I do it for the camera. So, and here I'm coming in with the, as I mentioned before, the Salty Ocean Distress Oxide ink, and this is a Holtz floral stencil. I'm not sure why it doesn't have a name, but You can just look up Tim Holtz stencils and you'll be able to find it. All the supplies will be listed on my blog. This entire series will be on my blog in its own category, and I'll have a link to the blog in the video description below. So there's the stenciling. I thought it turned out really pretty. I liked how it brought out that blue, and I think it really helped that blobby area look a little bit better. So, and here is my Tim Holtz or Tonic Studios stamping platform. And I'm going to use it to stamp my girl onto this 6x6 page. The stamp platform is amazing because it allows you the freedom to re-stamp an image as long as you don't move the paper from where it is. So I can stamp it once with my Black Archival ink, and if the impression isn't as solid or as thick as I want, I can stamp it again, which is actually what I did here. Because I am working on watercolor paper, and so it is a little bit harder to get a good impression. Sometimes it'll take 2 to 3 tries to get a good impression. I am going to be embossing the girl with clear embossing ink or clear embossing powder. And so with the Black Archival ink, she's going to have a black outline. And I really liked creating these backgrounds where my stamped image is just kind of complemented by the background. And so sometimes I'll color them in a little bit with alcohol markers, but for this series, I'm not going to do a bunch of hoopla. I'm just going to create and have fun and hopefully teach you a thing or two as I go along. I'm sure you've seen lots of other videos using these products, but I thought I'd create for you and have something a little bit lighter on my channel and something to look forward to. So here I'm coming in with my heat tool, and I'm going to go ahead and activate that embossing powder. Embossing powder is basically plastic, and so you're basically melting it with the heat of the tool, and then it becomes shiny. And it's really cool for watercolor because you can actually watercolor the image and not have the watercolor go outside of the lines because it is a little bit of a raised texture. And I love what it looked like up close. And I love the girl. She just looks funky and fun and like she's enjoying life. And that's kind of what I want to do with these pieces. I can't guarantee that they're always going to be on the light side, but hopefully they will still be enjoyable and will be helpful to anybody watching and encouraging, I hope. I just chose some stickers from my collection. I believe that these are 7 Dot Studios stickers. Be a designer of your own dreams and always be yourself. Great message. Doesn't even really need to have anything more said. And so now I'm coming in with my Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo, and I'm just putting a nice edge around the whole page. Kind of creates a vignette that is soft, which I really liked. I haven't done this a lot. I'm a card maker, but it's not my favorite thing to do. But I'm going to really enjoy this series because I'm going to be able to play in that fashion a little bit more, even though it's in a book. I am coming in with my charcoal pencil and shading around my sentiments. I will be choosing another method to highlight in the future. I didn't like how it made the white of the stickers gray, but I'll be learning things along with you as I go along and create, and hopefully we'll have a good time and you'll enjoy it. So again, all of the supplies that I'm using will be listed on my blog with the video, and a link to the blog will be in the description field for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I post a new video. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.